Tip of the week. Okay. I think we've all heard about the benefits of having a positive attitude and being optimistic. So I wanted to dive into that a little deeper and throw kind of some science on it, or at least what science is showing. This is all easily verifiable type stuff. So one is that our hearts have an electromagnetic field that can be detected. Humans have created devices that can detect our heart's magnetic field, for a few feet outside of our body. A shark also can detect our heartbeats. Sharks have an organ that can detect electromagnetic fields, and they're saying that's one way they know how to travel around the globe. So everything starts in our mind with our thoughts. We have to have a thought first. It always precedes any kind of feeling that we have. So, having a positive attitude, it all starts in our mind. And this is why it has such a positive or big effect. So recently, a couple of weeks ago, I was at Trinity Center where I volunteer with the homeless. And I had finished my shift and I was walking down the street on the sidewalk downtown to my car. And I saw one of the guys that I know from there. He's a wonderful man. Big guy, he's probably 6'5". As he would say, he's from the hood in New Orleans. But he's been in Austin for a while. He has a job. He's very likable. He's very sociable, very friendly, wonderful guy. Definitely rooting for him. And I think he was living in some type of maybe like a halfway house or something like that. And he was just telling me about things that have been happening to him. He was at a bus stop and he got robbed. There were some troubles at the house he was staying at. And so he was telling me that his focus is to stay away from trouble. He said that statement several times. I'm trying to stay away from trouble. That's my focus right now. That's my goal this year, is stay away from trouble, stay away from trouble. So when I hear that statement, I think, what's the focus of that statement? It's trouble. The intent is wonderful, to be away from it. So I asked him, I said, look, what's the opposite of that statement? And so it's something like, I enjoy being around peace. I said, so how does it, say that statement to yourself, how does it feel to say, I enjoy being around peace? And so you can see he's saying it to himself. He's like, man, that feels good. And I said, well, how does it feel to say, I want to stay away from trouble? And you can see him thinking it. And he's like, yeah, it doesn't feel too good. So going back to the science of it, they also have been able to detect that our emotion affects the wavelength of when they measure our heartbeats. If we're frustrated, it beats and radiates differently than if we're in a happy mode or being appreciative of something. So essentially, if this man's walking around downtown thinking about trouble, he's literally radiating something different outside of him than if he's thinking about peace and having peace in his body and in his life. So how does that affect us in real estate? We're humans, and so we constantly are thinking, we're constantly having thoughts. That's why people meditate. That's why Buddhist monks go up in the mountains and try to meditate, is to try to slow that down or either stop it or slow it down or change it in our behalf. So for us as realtors, it's, how do you feel about your business? What are you thinking about that causes you to feel that? If you feel great about your business, that's wonderful. If you feel bad about it, what's the thought? Can that thought be turned around, just like this gentleman's thought of from trouble to peace? Having a thought of, I don't have enough business, is going from our mind to our heart and out of our body. So, and we can reword that. I'm excited to have more business. That feels better and radiates different from us. So the tip of the week is just to ask yourself, what am I sending out to the world about my business or my life? And can I reword it to improve how I feel and my business? So that's the tip of the week, is to be conscious of your self-talk.
I love it. Thank you, Jason.
Very nice.